Right now at noon, the recovery effort resumes as the investigation ramps up into what caused a deadly air collision above Washington, D.C.
A little rain, a few clouds, but overall we're heading into a beautiful weekend.
And the Arma, Kansas Fire Department tries to clear up some concerns.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
This is KOAM News at noon. I'm Elise Noe. New at noon today, a business owner in Dunaweg is seriously injured after getting shot at his laundromat. The incident happened this morning when the owner of 66 Coin Laundry in Dunaweg entered his business and encountered a masked man attempting to burglarize the laundromat. Now, a struggle then ensued, during which the owner was shot in the hand, suffering a serious injury. The suspect then fled the scene. The Dunaweg police chief asks if anyone has information to please contact them. And for updates, you can visit our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. Also new at noon today, Joplin police are investigating a shooting in the Eastmoreland neighborhood in Joplin. Around 7 p.m. last night, officers responded to a disturbance in the 2800 block of East Marquard Avenue after reports of gunshots, including one possibly fired inside a residence. Now, upon arrival, officers encountered a man leaving the home with injuries. He told police he had been assaulted by another man and confirmed a firearm was involved. Authorities believe the suspect and up to 3 others remain inside the residence. Now, due to the nature of the incident and reports of gunfire, Joplin SWAT was called in. After multiple attempts to contact those inside, officers executed a search warrant but found the residence empty. Police say they believe this was an isolated incident and there is no ongoing threat to the public. Now let's check in with meteorologist Lindsay Gaffney for a look at the weather.
Well, if you're out in Joplin, a shower just passed over. You can still see the raindrops out there, 7th range line. Temperatures are about 43, 44 degrees, and we're going to deal with the overcast throughout most of the day, along with winds gusting 25 to 30 miles per hour. Those winds are going to continue to shift off further east as that low pressure system kind of moves a little bit further away from us. So by 7 p.m., winds are starting to die down, and then in the overnight hours, pretty calm winds. However, we are still going to see another wind threat tomorrow. Now, taking a look, you can see a shower just passed over Joplin, headed towards Neosho, Pineville, Monette, Mount Vernon, but light showers, not expecting much else after this moves out of the area. Temperatures over the next couple of days are going to warm up as well. So today we're getting up to the mid to upper 40s. And then we're going to see temperatures 60 degrees on Saturday, 65 on Sunday, plus sunny skies return as well. A little bit cooler on Monday, but I'm going to have a full forecast coming up.
All right, Lindsay, thanks. Federal investigators are now reviewing 2 flight recorders, the so-called black boxes, to try to figure out what caused Wednesday night's collision between an American Airlines passenger jet and a military helicopter near the nation's capital. Now, all 67 people involved are presumed dead, according to officials on the ground. CBS News' Natalie Brand has more from Reagan National Airport in Arlington, Virginia.
Heavy equipment is expected to be brought in to lift the wreckage of American Airlines Flight 5342 and the military helicopter from the Potomac River as investigators search for answers.
We'll look at the aircraft, we will look at the helicopter, we will look at the environment in which they were operating.
The National Transportation Safety Board says it's analyzing the plane's 2 black boxes, which were recovered from the water Thursday night.
They are a critical part of almost any investigation. Give us a lot of data points. They can tell us about communications that we may not know about.
At the time of the crash, both aircraft were flying at about 400 feet, according to data from FlightAware and Flight Radar 24. Military helicopters are supposed to stay below 200 feet in the area. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth addressed the issue on Fox News.
Someone was at the wrong altitude. The investigation will help us understand that. Was the Black Hawk too high? Was it on course? Right now, we don't quite know.
CBS News has also confirmed the same air traffic control worker managing helicopter traffic was also handling some planes taking off and landing around the time of the collision. Sources say those tasks are usually handled by 2 different people at that time of day.
It is not uncommon for us to routinely combine positions, decombine positions.
Nick Daniels, the president of the National Air Traffic Controllers Association, tells CBS News the number of air traffic controllers is dependent on the workload.
Quite often, if we don't have enough people, we begin reducing how many aircraft that we can efficiently move and safely move through the airspace.
According to CBS News data team analysis, reports of near midair collisions at the nation's airports are on the rise. At Reagan National Airport, at least 9 near midair collisions have been reported over the last 20 years. Natalie Brand, Arlington, Virginia.
In the wake of the crash, the families may have to face even more trials like estate funds and funeral issues. And we decided to talk to local professionals about how to make the transition much smoother for your family if you happen to lose a loved one. KOAM's Lonnie Bolton has the story.
We typically liken it to was our response to the Joplin tornado.
Stephen Dartfeld is the owner of Dartfeld Funeral Home. He says death is not a stranger to him. Being a former first responder and now a funeral director, he's helped many people through hard times.
The identification process there through DNA and dental records and getting all of those individuals identified. And
Dartfeld says the best way for families to deal with the loss of a loved one is to be prepared, meaning having a written document.
Maybe if you have 3 or 4 kids, make a copy for each of them so they all have a copy.
Lawyer and owner of Modern Business and Estate Planning Law, LLC, Jacob Addison, agrees. He says,
whenever you die and you have not told the world who you want to be your beneficiary, then the world has no idea who that asset should go to.
Addison says these beneficiaries solve a lot of headaches.
Those transfer your accounts, your cars, all of the remainder of your assets to your intended heirs.
Dartfeld says him and his family have a wealth of knowledge.
All of our staff has experience in either law enforcement or firefighting, EMT. Of course, our family used to operate an ambulance service.
Reporting in Joplin, I'm Lonnie Walton, KOAM News.
Adamson says if you don't get these things in order while you can, it could take up to 2 years or even more to resolve the issues. Well, the Arma, Kansas Fire Department responds to reports of a change in 2 of its programs that had generated a lot of community concern. An anonymous Facebook post said the department is discontinuing their junior fire program and their sleep-in program. Now, the post sparked concerns from residents who say the junior fire department opens doors for young people to learn and grow as a firefighter. People were also concerned because the sleep-in program allows for quick responses to overnight calls. The fire chief clarified that he does not plan to end the junior program or the sleep-in program.
The living program still is going on. We've got some people that are moving out because they got jobs. So we're still looking for new people.
Now, he says people interested in either program can come to the Arma Fire Department to learn more about joining. And coming up, Pittsburgh teachers received the gift of grant money. And later, we're making Rentry chicken stew in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. Well, kindergartners at the Columbian Elementary School in Carthage celebrated a milestone yesterday. Staff and students took a look back on their first 100 days of the school year. The celebration featured a variety of fun activities and crafts, all using the number 100.
The kids need to have fun, and this just takes all of our learning and puts it into fun activities, fun things. And I just want the community to see that how hard we've worked and everything that we've done up to this point is getting celebrated with them.
All 5 classrooms took part in yesterday's celebration. And yesterday, the USD 250 Foundation recognized 30 teachers from Pittsburgh's elementary schools, community middle school, and high school with grants totaling more than $28,000. Foundation President Don McNay and Vice President John Bartlow celebrated the recipients and provided insight into the grant program. Attendees had the opportunity to interview the winners and board members and snap photos. The list of schools in southern Missouri calling off class because of widespread illness is growing. And districts still in session are seeing fewer students in the classroom, so keeping students healthy is a top priority. Nixa Public Schools, for example, has what's called a UVC cart. Now, it uses ultraviolet light to kill germs and disinfect entire rooms in just 15 to 30 minutes. The light is able to reach places some custodians may not even think to clean. Administrators say the decision to shut down classrooms doesn't come lightly.
Our top priority is the health and safety of our students and our staff, and then our community too. We never make, closing school lightly. We never make this decision lightly. It's a very hard decision for administration to make, but we did feel it necessary to do this.
The school's undergoing deep cleaning, hope to resume classes next week. And of course, still to come on KOAM News at noon, Mr. Food.
Looking for a way to warm up from the inside out? Well, look no more. Why don't you grab yourself a fork and I'll meet you right back here.
And we are having rain and clouds, but we're heading into a much warmer, sunnier weekend. I'll have those details coming up. Well, we started off the day a little rainy, a little cloudy, but we're heading into a much nicer weekend. But until then, let's go ahead and take a look outside downtown Pittsburgh. No, not raining in Pittsburgh. All the rain has cleared out of here for Kansas. You can see we're still dealing with that overcast, and that's going to continue at least for the next few hours until mid to late afternoon, along with these wind gusts. So winds are going to continue to gust 25 to 30 miles per hour until later on this evening. You can see how wind starts to die down. This is about midnight tonight, and we're going to have a calm night, but winds pick right back up tomorrow. Now, taking a look, we might have a few showers still kind of sticking around out Joplin, moving further south. That's going to continue again just shortly for the next hour or so before it completely clears out of our area. There's that shower that's currently just south of Joplin, going to make its way out of our area off to the southeast. Temperatures warming up to the upper 40s, low 50s today. 48 in Joplin, 46 in Nevada, 50 in Parsons, Miami, 51 in Bonita. Clouds are going to start to clear as well later on in the afternoon. So it's about 4 p.m. Still overcast on the Missouri side and Arkansas, but you can see how clouds are breaking up later this evening. So we're going to have a mostly clear night. Temperatures dropping down through the 40s into the 30s because of those winds. And we're going to see temperatures dropping down into the mid 30s for our overnight low, along with some fog popping up as well. We're going to have a little bit of fog in the morning hours. Not a big concern. It's going to be pretty isolated in the northern counties. Then it's popping up early Saturday morning. So this is about 4:30. Then it's starting to shift a little bit further off to the northwest by the time people typically start to wake up on Saturday, about 9-10 a.m. And then we're cleared out for the most of the day. Now, taking a look at our weekend forecast, looking beautiful this weekend. Again, today is just a little dreary overcast day, but Saturday, clouds clear out. Winds are still gusting 30 to 35 miles per hour. Temperatures getting into about 60 degrees. Going to be a little windier on Saturday. Sunday, clouds do increase later in the day, but for most of the day, it's going to be pretty nice. Partly cloudy skies, temperatures reaching mid to upper 60s. So it's going to be beautiful this weekend. Temperatures drop on Monday following a dry cold front coming through Sunday. Back down to the mid 50s, and then we have rain chances returning Tuesday through Thursday. Warm front comes in on Tuesday, so we're going to have that day of kind of drizzle, overcast into Wednesday. And then a cold front moves through Wednesday night and into Thursday. That's going to drop our temperatures back down heading into the weekend. But you can see until then, temperatures are going to be really nice this weekend. Today getting up to just about 50 degrees, but 10 to 15 degree jump as we head into the weekend.
This weekend, we've been talking about it all week. It just looks so nice. I can't wait for it.
It's kind of the only thing that's been getting me. We also said earlier, although it's raining, it's not too cold. So it hasn't been bad. It's our false spring.
Yep.
That's, we always have one of those false falls, false winters. It's our fall spring because we are going to see another drop in temperatures as we head further into February.
Sure.
But this weekend, 60s. It's February.
In February, you can't, what a way to start off the month.
Yeah, you really can't beat it.
I'm here for it.
Oh yeah, me too.
All right, thanks, Lindsay. Well, stick around. We're making winter chicken stew in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. We'll be right back. Well, believe it or not, today is the last day of January, and the winter season can sometimes feel like it goes on for forever. Well, today, Howard's got a recipe to cure the winter blues. He's making wintry chicken stew in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
This is the time of year when we need a cozy warm-me-up stew more than ever. That's why I'm sharing a hearty chicken version with you rather than a traditional beef one. So what do you say we stop talking and start cooking? We start by placing a whole chicken that we've cut into eighths into a soup pot, along with some potatoes that we've quartered, a chopped onion, a good amount of water, a can each of tomatoes, and creamed corn, a bit of rice, and a few spices. After we bring everything to a boil, we let it simmer until the chicken is almost fall apart tender. Then we slowly stir in a bit of heavy cream and a handful of fresh spinach, and in minutes, it's done. It's so easy, you might feel a little guilty when you're getting all those rave reviews. And whether you serve this from the pot or put out a big bowl of it, get ready for some good eating and dunking. Between the tender chicken, the hearty veggies, and the rich sauce, this dish will warm you up through and through. To get the recipe for what we call our wintry chicken stew, check out our website. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a comfy, cozy way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Well, as always, you can find the recipe for this wintry chicken stew along with a lot more good food from the Mr. Food Test Kitchen online. All you have to do is head on over to our website. Of course, that's KOAMnewsnow.com. Now, here's a look at the 4-state market prices.
Well, we have a shower passing by southwestern Missouri, but outside of that, it's going to be mostly cloudy for the rest of the day. Temperatures warming up to the upper 40s, low 50s, and then this weekend looking fantastic. Back into the 60s and sunny skies. A little windy on Saturday, a little cloudy on Sunday, but overall a beautiful weekend ahead of another rainy week.
All righty. Well, coming up tonight at 5, if you have someone in your life who needs physical support, you likely know it can be tricky getting professional help for things like bathing. Well, that's because there's a personal care attendant shortage, and we're going to take a look at why that is and what solutions are out there. Plus, the Liberal Fire Protection District breaks ground for a fire station more than 60 years in the making. And the Carthage Chamber of Commerce holds a legislative review discussion for leaders from small businesses, education, and economic development to better serve the city. You can join us for those stories and more on KOAM News at 5. And that's the news for now. Thank you for joining us on KOAM News at noon. Have a great rest of your day.